Hey, what is up, you guys? It is Tyler. Welcome back to the Tyler Webs channel. Welcome to another video. I just got finished recording one of the video about earlier, and I realized I was recording with the wrong microphone. So I'm a bit pissed about that because now I got to redo the whole entire video, and that probably won't be going up for like another few days. And someone might beat me to it, which I hate when people beat me to videos I'm always planning on making. But here's one video that I checked all online, and I don't see people actually doing these type of videos. I figured I'd be the first one to try it out. Wrestling Reddit. I think everyone, I think most people have been there, especially the hardcore. All hardcore fans I think have been on a wrestling Reddit before, or a Facebook page, or Twitter. But has anyone really made a video on what goes on wrestling Reddit before? I'm like, no. I don't really go on wrestling Reddit that much. You know, anytime I'm on Reddit, it's to share my own videos, which never goes over well because people don't like when you share your own videos on Reddit. But I'm like, you know what? What if I go on Reddit and I go through articles and I candidly act like I actually know shit when I don't? So in this video, hopefully I can start a series out of it and you guys enjoy it. I'm going to go on the Squared Circle Reddit and go through a bunch of articles and see what Wrestling Reddit has to offer. So without further ado, let's get straight into Reddit. Here we go, guys, the Squared Circle Reddit. Let's go straight to controversial, because controversy creates cash, right? So we're going to go through some of these articles here and see if there's anything good to really talk about. Oh, here's an interesting one. Did the Evolution pay-per-view really do enough for women? I'm currently writing a paper in my college class that involves a presentation of women in WWE, and part of that involves looking into Evolution pay-per-view and seeing how fans reacted to it. Any and all thoughts are welcome. This is actually a really good question. I'm actually glad I stumbled upon this. Did it do enough for women? I feel like it accomplished its goal. Like, their goal was to paint women as equals to men. They could do anything that the men can do. And that involves having their own pay-per-view, which, you know, men have had their own pay-per-view for years, or men have been the focus of pay-per-views for years. And I feel like it did its job. The goal they wanted to achieve is to paint women in a great light for everyone to see, and that was their goal, and I feel like they achieved it. But as far as it doing enough for women, I don't think they did. You know, I feel like if you did enough for women, the main event of a main pay-per-view like WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or SummerSlam or Survivor Series, we would have had a women's main event by now. If Becky Lynch were not injured, would she have main evented Survivor Series with Ronda Rousey? In my naive mind, I wanted to say yes, but knowing this company, I don't think they would have. I think the main event would have still been Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, because I highly doubt this company would ever put a women's match over top of a Brock Lesnar match. It just never happened. Yes, women have quote-unquote co-main evented and semi-main evented WrestleMania before, but they've never been going on last. And some people believe they never will go on last. I think it's going to be a very, very, very long stretch to say that it will never happen. But to think that it ever will happen is also very difficult to believe, because just of how male wrestling has been portrayed for years. It's the superior type of wrestling, you know what I mean? Like, Evolution at the end of the day was a pay-per-view. And yes, even before Evolution, we've got the first women's Hell in a Cell match. We got the first women's... We're about to get, like, one of the very first triple threat women's TLC matches. We got the first women's everything in 2016 and 2017. And just this year, we're getting the first women's pay-per-view. I feel like WWE has a long way to go to establish women as equals for men. This is a stepping stone, but as far as are they equal to men? No, they're not. Not yet. And I don't want to sound disrespectful or rude or ignorant. I love women's wrestling, but to put them on the same pedestal as men's wrestling, it's just not there yet. And I don't think a lot of people will see it on the same level. Some people won't ever see it on the same level. You can't get everyone to agree on that. And I feel like they're going to have to do a lot more to make it believable. I mean, and for example, they had this pay-per-view, and then literally 2 weeks or a week later, they had a pay-per-view that women weren't even allowed to be on. Think about that for a second. So no, WWE accomplished what they needed to accomplish, but did they do enough women's wrestling? No, not yet. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Oh my god, this one has 77 up likes, and I really do not, and 60 comments, so this is an interesting one. Hulk Hogan should win the 2019 Rumble and challenge Lesnar at WrestleMania. I hope this is a troll. I really do. Then after Hulkster, yep, this is a troll. I'm not reading this. Wrestling confessions. I can't stand long matches anymore. Interesting. I started watching wrestling in late 1996 with WCW when I was young, and I was invested into characters and story. WWE has shifted focus to having these long matches every week, and it drove me off. Matches above 10 minutes ish to me should be saved for main events, big matches and gimmick matches, and only pay-per-views. Okay, that's a very, very, very broad statement. Only 10-minute matches should be saved for main events. Have you seen a wrestling match before? Have you seen a wrestling match before? Have you seen a 9, 8, 7, 6-minute wrestling match? A great one. Do you know how hard it is to put a great wrestling match into an under 10-minute time frame? Very difficult. It's very hard to tell a story in 9 minutes. 10 minutes is not long enough to tell a great story, in my opinion. None of the greatest wrestling matches I've ever seen have gone below 10 minutes. So I think this guy has been out of the wrestling game a little bit too long. Yes, I think that not all wrestling matches should go above 10 minutes, but to say that only main events and pay-per-view matches should go above 10 minutes, and that Monday Night Raw should consist of only not above 10-minute matches. Do you know how many fucking matches there would be on a show if every match went below 10 minutes? Yes, I do believe there are some matches that go over like 30 minutes that are so drawn out. Like, a lot of people say that Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada 4 is the greatest wrestling match of all time, and I do think it is one of the greatest of all time, but when you consider that match is 69 minutes long, yes, a lot of hardcore wrestling fans hold that match on the holy grail, but would you ever show that match to a non-wrestling fan? I don't think I would ever show that match to a non-wrestling fan, because it's too long. They would get disinterested. So yes, not every match should be an hour long or 45 minutes, but to say that matches should go below 10 minutes is I don't know about that. I don't agree with that statement at all. I'm a DJ playing wrestling themes. What am I playing? The Hulk Hogan theme song. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. I mark out to that, even though I don't like Hulk Hogan, the human being. I mark out to that theme song every time I hear it. It's a classic. Yeah, the DX theme song is a good one. Let's check the comment section. Naomi's theme song, I guess. But like in an actual like club, what theme song do you play? Is there any really theme songs of wrestling that can be played at a club and kind of blend in today's era of wrestling? I can't think of any, really. Like maybe Chris Jericho's theme song or his New Japan theme song Judas, maybe that can be played in a club. I don't know. I don't really think you could play a lot of wrestling themes in a club. You know, bizarro booking. Let's say Vince McMahon takes crazy pills and allows one match at Mania 2020 between one WWE star and one New Japan star. What's the match? How does it go down? And does a rematch happen at Wrestle Kingdom the following year? Ooh, interesting. A WWE star versus a New Japan star. You know, the instant go-to match has to be John Cena versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. I can't think of the first. If anyone told me a WWE wrestler versus a New Japan wrestler, the first match I instantly think of is John Cena versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. So I will book that for WrestleMania 36. Would they have a match at Wrestle Kingdom? I highly doubt John Cena would ever go to Japan to wrestle for Wrestle Kingdom. I think, of course, the easy way out is saying, oh, well, you have John Cena win at WrestleMania and then Hiroshi Tanahashi win at Wrestle Kingdom. But if we're doing this one-shot deal, I think Hiroshi Tanahashi beats John. He's an established wrestler. John Cena's going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. I feel like John Cena versus Hiroshi Tanahashi happens WrestleMania 36. Hiroshi Tanahashi beats him. You know, and that should be the only match he has. If Hiroshi Tanahashi would ever have one match in WWE, it should be against John Cena, and he beats him, and he ends his career, or he ends his whatever. I feel like it should be that match. But you guys comment down below what you guys think about that idea. This fall has been stacked. Hell in a Cell sucked. Super Showdown sucked. SmackDown 1000 meh. 205 Live 100. I didn't even know that existed. Evolution. That was good. I enjoyed Evolution. You missed All In for September, by the way. Oh, Crown Jewel. I didn't even bother watching Crown Jewel. You guys know why I didn't watch Crown Jewel. And I heard that show sucked anyway, so. NXT TakeOver War Games. That was a great show. Survivor Series. That show was I would say it was one of the better Survivor Series I've seen over the past few years, so I would say it was a good show. Starrcade 18. I didn't hear many good things about it, and I didn't watch it, so to say fall was stacked for WWE is a very... that's a far out there statement. I don't agree with that. It was one of the better seasons for WWE, but to say it was stacked is... Your arms are too short to box with God did not age well. God damn it, yes it did. The perfect wrestler. Combine two talents in the wrestling business to create the perfect wrestler. Only stipulation is they must have had a relationship of some sort on screen. Mine is Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman's promo skills. Chris Jericho's wrestling with Chris Jericho's promo skill. Oh wait, hold on. But no, on a serious note, Kazuchika Okada's wrestling skill, and you know, if Stone Cold Steve Austin wrestled like Kazuchika Okada, he would be one of the greatest. He would be the hands down the greatest wrestler of all time. So let me mix Stone Cold Steve Austin's promo skill and Kazuchika Okada's wrestling skill. Boom, that is the great wrestler for you right there. Whenever we get an NXT Asia or NXT Japan, first of all, I hope NXT Japan never fucking happens. You see what they're doing to the UK division. Stay as far away from Japan as possible. Not that I think any of the Japanese wrestlers really come over to NXT, because it just hasn't happened, except for like Kenta. But no, stay away from Japan. Stay away from that. That's fine. They're about to take over the indie scene in the UK. They're already trying to wipe clean the indie scene in America. Stay away from Japan. No, I don't want to see it. Never. That's the only wrestling scene that they have in Japan that they don't have right now. Don't take this away from me. Please. Who do you think is winning the Royal Rumble? Ooh, interesting. Early prediction. God, yeah, we're only 1 month away, really. So prediction time should probably start around now. Really early prediction before I make my own Royal Rumble prediction videos. I'm attending the Royal Rumble next year, so I'm excited. The Rock winning. No. The Rock should not win the Royal Rumble. He should not challenge Brock Lesnar. I can't stand the idea. Should not happen. Women's Royal Rumble. Becky Lynch. Men's Royal Rumble, that's a very hard one, honestly. That's hard. I don't know who's going to win the Men's Royal Rumble match. I kind of honestly don't want to know who's going to win. But if I had to make a very bold prediction, assuming that the winner is going to challenge the Universal Champion, I'm going to make a very, very, very bold prediction and say that Drew McIntyre wins. I think Drew McIntyre should win. That would be so shocking, wouldn't it? Drew McIntyre wins a Rumble, going on to face Brock Lesnar WrestleMania 35. Would you not want to see Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar? So there's my prediction right there. Drew McIntyre, Becky Lynch. Let's fucking go. How do you feel about title runs? Ooh, last one. How do you feel about title runs? How long should they be? How much leeway should a wrestler as champion be given if they aren't drawing enough to improve? That's a very subjective thing. I feel like not every title run is the same. Well, I know not every title run is the same. Like, Pete Dunne's UK championship reign is not compared to Brock Lesnar's Universal Championship reign, even though they've held the championship for basically the same length of time. Some people hold the titles for a very long time, and they've had great matches, and they had great storylines going into it, and if they're having consistently great matches and great storylines, and they're charismatic, and the fans are behind them or hate them, then they should be champion for as long as they really need to be champion, until someone else comes along who matches that same charisma, match quality, whatnot. You know, it should be on a basis of great matches, great quality wrestling, great storylines, can talk. As long as they can do all that criteria, they should be champion. And however long they should be champion is contingent upon, is the person challenging them worthy of being champion. So I don't think there should be a time frame for how long someone should be champion. I feel like there comes a time and place where if someone's been champion for a long time, there comes a time when you should lose a title. I don't think everyone should have a 730-day title reign like Okada did, but there really shouldn't be a time frame or a certain on how long they should be champion. That makes sense. Anyway, guys, that was my video. Tell me if you guys enjoyed these down below. I have to go to work soon, so I have to hurry up and edit this thing and bust it out to you guys before I go. So hopefully you guys